Discord. Um, am I actually live? There we go. All right, now we go to the Discord. Now we share. All right, creatine. Then we're gonna lift. Step one. Step one. Dry scoop some creatine. Step two. Lift some freaking weights. What's up, Steve? One E? It's going good, man. It's going good. Just having ourselves a nice quiet Sunday. And now I'm stepping out to the garage to lift some weights. It's kind of cold here. It's like 40 something degrees. We had some storms last night, brought in a little bit of a cold front. But other than that, man, I wish it was a little warmer. That's really the only complaint I have at the moment. What are you going to do? It's the Midwest. Tom Ty. Hello, Tom Ty. How are you doing? How are things? Well, what can you do? You're right, Steven. You can't do much. What am I hitting today? Today's a push day, but I'm gonna plan. My plan is to do some overhead presses, some lateral raises, and some sort of tricep extension. Something that's related to extending the elbow. Excuse me. But that's pretty much it. Nothing. Nothing crazy. Nothing terribly impressive. What weight do you do for overhead press? Right now, I'm going to try to do 4 sets of 8 at 135. That's what I'm gonna try to do. We'll see how it goes. Sage one Zelajay versus T-Mux. I honestly don't know because I've never used either of those. You do push or military? Military. So I mean, sometimes it's fun to do push press, but there's no. I mean, there's no real reason for me to do it at this point. I guess unless I wanted to be really serious about some clean and jerks, But my garage is too small to do any kind of real Olympic lifting. It's too risky. Also, I'm sure my neighbors would not appreciate me Olympic lifting in my garage. Might be too loud for them. Circus dumbbell presses, because in real life you're going to use your legs, and building that connection is important. I could see that. I guess depends on what you're training for. Depends on what you're disoriented. Hello, Steven. Disoriented. It's been a minute. How have you been? I haven't seen you in a stream in a while. Working out. Yep, that's what I'm doing today. I mean, I do it every day, but sometimes, a lot of times, I don't stream it during the week. Do you guys? Did anybody else? I saw today on LinkedIn. I saw a post about them making Android uh like closed source. Anybody else hear about that? Anybody know anything about that? I feel like maybe I don't have all the whole story. From what I read, it had something to do with like they're gonna develop it closed source, but when they finish each release, the releases will be open source or something like. You haven't? Yeah, I don't. I just saw it on LinkedIn earlier, and I'm not sure if it's a real thing or not. But I figured if they were gonna do something like that, it would be pretty big news. But I guess you never know these days. You can't believe everything you hear on the internet. Well, what are we gonna watch on YouTube while we live here? Maybe a Sam Sulek leg day? Huh? How many kilos or pounds? Yeah, 60 key. 60 key. It's 135 pounds. When I do military overhead style overhead presses, I like to do it seated. I like seated version too. Whenever I do barbell, I do not care to do be seated, but dumbbell, seated dumbbell overhead press, that's good stuff. I feel like I want steak for dinner. I think after I finish working out, I'm gonna go inside and tell my wife, I'd like some steak for dinner. Not that she'll make it for me, but maybe we'll find a restaurant that I think I'm gonna do one more set of those. I don't know if I'm gonna get 8, but I'm gonna do another set. Disoriented. You have a home gym, man. It's the best. It really is. A home gym is. I never want to not have one again. Make me steak. Yeah, I would never say such things to my wife. My wife would be like, "How about you make your own damn steak?" She is a feisty lady. Anybody else lifting today in the chat? I'm guessing Steve1E probably already has lifted today. All right, one more. Here we go. I don't think I'm gonna get 8 though. I can tell him that last set. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Yep, that's it. All right. I haven't done any upright rows in a long time. Maybe I'll do some upright rows. Today is Monday. Oh yeah, you're already ahead of me, Tan. Because it's still Sunday here. See, when you now I want steak too. Today's rest day. Just did some core. Nice, dude. Core mobility work. I like that. That's a good rest day. just feel supple, right? Rest days are for good days to be a supple leopard. Push ups and squats for me, that's only workout for me recently. Hey, man, as long as you're moving your body, find the movement practice that works for you. The workout you do is much better than the workout you never do. Any of you guys are subscribed to Sam Solik? I always like listening to him talk about training. Disoriented. Maybe I'll join a gym. Yeah, I mean, go for a gym. Definitely can join a gym if you want. But I say if the squats and push ups are working for you, man, keep doing what's working for you. You know, who am I to who am I to tell you what to do? I'm just some random guy in Kansas working out in his garage on the internet. This Steven, he says, of course I am. Do some single arm dumbbell presses. I already did pressing. I did. No reason to beat it over its head anymore. More, more pressing. Yeah, it's funny. Like I've just been in the gym for such a long time. Like it's funny. Like when you see people who do like they'll do like bench press, incline bench press, decline bench press. Then they'll do like some sort of uh like hammer strength press. Then they'll get on the machine press. It's like, bro, I think you've got enough sets in on that movement pattern. I think you're good for today. Which isn't to say that that wasn't me at one time, because if you look back at some of my old training journals, that 100% was me. You just don't probably need to do all those lifts in the same workout. It's rather, I think, redundant and probably unnecessary. There is something to be said too about the fact that the longer you train, the more efficient you become at recruiting your muscle fibers. So the longer you train, theoretically, um, probably the fewer top working sets you probably need compared to somebody who's relatively new to lifting and is relatively inefficient. Stu, funny how my bench press blew up most when I was not doing it for 4 months and just doing incline hypertrophy. That is interesting. Disoriented. What about stretching and flexibility? Super important. Super, super important. And I've said that before. Like those are kind of disoriented. Those are kind of like if you had to ask me what are my goals, I want to be strong and I want to be mobile. So stretching and flexibility are definitely important. Yeah, maybe, Stewie, maybe. Could explain it. I like the stream today, it's very chill. Also, it's 40 degrees outside, so I just have my little space heater down here keeping my toesies warm. 'Cause I wanted the garage door to be open, but my feet also get cold really quickly. Anybody else have that? Like, where your fingers like, my fingers and my toes get cold really quick. My grandma had something called Raynaud's phenomenon, and I wonder if maybe I got it. My shoulders feel gassed after that overhead press. I just did that for accessory work. I felt strong, so I just kept going. Well, it worked out good. Also hit a new close grip bench press, PR. Nice, dude. That's awesome. 120 kilos. That's 250, roughly 250 pounds. That's awesome, man. Azim, Ramadan finally ended. Nice, dude. I bet. Well, I mean, I'm sure it was fun to have to celebrate Ramadan, but I'm sure you're happy not to have to fast now, huh? And good to see you, Azim. Good to see you, man. Disoriented. Somewhere I read that more muscle mass a person has, the more heart, the more the heart has to work to pump blood through the body. That's why bodybuilders usually undergo cardiac arrest. I think in the case of bodybuilders who are having cardiac arrest at young ages, it probably has a lot more to do with the gear they're using than it does the fact that they're super, super muscular. Um, in my opinion, that's just that. I mean, that's obviously that has no. I have no scientific literature to back that up, but uh, I mean, I've known a lot of people who've done bodybuilding, and anecdotally speaking, I haven't heard a lot of them have issues with cardiac problems. But the ones that, like the big name ones that have had those issues, uh, I wonder if there might be some side effects from maybe other things that they were doing. Yeah, and but yeah, I don't necessarily know if disoriented if that's actually true about the. I mean, I'm sure your heart definitely has to do some amount of work, right? Uh, some amount of more work, but yeah, I would never worry about that because I'm never going to be as big as any of those guys. My main concern is just trying to live long and age relatively gracefully, which is one of the reasons why at some point I do need to try to shed some weight at some point. Network bib. Hey, what's up, network bib? Network bib. Bye. I need to sleep. Okay. See you, man. Azim, I have decided to stop using Instagram, as I have reduced my time quite a lot in Ramadan, and now I have uninstalled it. Let's see how it will affect my productivity. Ah, yeah, maybe it will. I haven't used Instagram much for the last 3 or 4 years. And the primary reason I stopped using Instagram was I just noticed that I felt bad about myself and my life circumstances the more I used Instagram. And I think part of it was just the fact that Instagram is such a visual social media platform that I inevitably end up comparing myself, my family, our living circumstances to what I see on that app. And so I just kind of stopped using it. I uninstalled it for the longest time, uh, and only recently reinstalled it maybe 6 months ago. But I'm very rarely on it. My favorite social media platform at the moment is YouTube and TikTok. Like those are the two I use the most. TikTok, I just think is so funny. There are so many clever, funny people on that app. It is insane. I laugh so much when I scroll that feed. My brother, my brother probably gets kind of annoyed with me, um, because I constantly send him funny TikToks. See, I just use YouTube with removed shorts. Also, Instagram I downloaded, modded, so I only have chats. Ah, nice. Okay. The big Tommy. Hello again. Hello, the big Tommy. How are you doing? Uh, Actually, well, yeah, I'm gonna start with these. Then I might superset it with something. You doing a workout? I am doing a workout. Nice home gym. Yeah, it is a pretty. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it, but it gets the job done. There's my squat rack, and then I've got a Peloton bike that I use sometimes, and then I've got some dumbbells over there, and then over here in the corner, I have a trap bar, plenty of barbells. So yeah, just about everything to get the job done. I've got battling ropes, which is one of my favorite ways to do cardio. Yeah, it's a nice little home gym. Disoriented. You're reminding me of the dad from The Incredibles. Oh, okay, nice. Hopefully, hopefully my legs aren't that small. Some pro geo guesser player just figured out where you live in 0.003 nanosecond. Yeah, probably. Uh, Big Tommy. Hope the workout goes well for you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So far, so good. It's like the 50th of the bajillionth workout I've done in my life. They all just kind of run together now at this point. I would like to get back into jujitsu, and if I ever actually get that done, my training will probably shift pretty dramatically, I think. Advanced developers. Hi, heavy lifting. Advanced developers. It has been a minute. How have you been? It's been like more than a couple months. It's D1E. I got to drop down to 115, 120, start doing some wrestling. Yeah, I really enjoyed BJJ a lot. Uh, and COVID kind of wrecked it for me. Like we canceled my classes and my subscription and stuff because of COVID. Then we moved, and since moving, I just haven't ever gotten back into it. But I really would like to. Advanced developers, due to Ramadan, I minimized mobile activities. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Azim, who was in the chat earlier, was talking about how Ramadan had just come to an end, which was it's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm sure you guys had a good time celebrating Ramadan, but I'm sure also everybody uh, enjoys not having to fast. Steve almost 800 subs. Come on, guys, subscribe. Oh, I appreciate that, Steve, but it's a really okay. Nobody has to subscribe. Looking cool. Well, I appreciate that. Although, as a 31-year-old, soon to be 32-year-old dad of two, I think the looking cool ship kind of sailed for me. You know, now I just have to worry about working, saving for retirement. What else? I think that's really basically it. Working and saving for retirement. That's basically the only things I have to worry about now. Ah. Looking cool is now a secondary priority, unfortunately. What is your weight by the water or by the way? I'm sure is what you meant. My weight's somewhere between 230 and 240. You still good for 31? Well, I appreciate that. Disoriented. Looking cool is first priority only in school and college. Yeah, I feel like looking cool is our priority until you like enter the real world, and then you realize how much everything costs, and suddenly, who gives a shit about looking cool? uh, Clothes and shoes and cars. It's all the cool stuff is expensive. Uh, Hunter, sup? What's up, Hunter? How are you, man? Did I miss one of your earlier? I did. I'm sorry, man. Good to see you, Hunter. Hope you're doing well, man. I tell you what, though, if I could have one thing aesthetically, like it would be to have like like Sam Solik or like Jay Cutler, like boulder shoulders. I mean, their deltoids are just nuts. And I've just never had very impressive shoulders or traps before. 100. Gulp, gulp. Yeah, you like my big water bottle? I started drinking one of these or two of these a day when I got sick earlier this week, and it's made me feel much, much better. 5 almonds a day keep you young? What? Now do some standing skull crushers and Zerker deadlifts. Dude, Zerker deadlifts look really cool, but they are just terribly uncomfortable. Terribly uncomfortable. Alright. Well, that's all I really had planned. That's what a glass back would say. Okay, what's happening in the chat right now? Size matters. Sus. Yes, agreed, sus. Buzzy, bro. What's up, Buzzy? Only 35-minute workout? Woo! Wow. Yeah. I keep them short and sweet these days. If I'm being really honest, I probably actually come down here in the gym and work out a couple times a day, but everyone only sees a single workout on whenever I stream. Hunter, size doesn't matter. I guess it depends on what you're talking about, Hunter. I don't know which way this conversation's going. Disoriented, it does. See when he bros him. That's one of my favorite streamers is Tim the Tap Man, and he says that quite a bit. Bros him. It always makes me laugh. But yeah, short and sweet. I'll probably be live again today. I don't know when. I'm gonna kind of take the afternoon and the evening to myself and the family. You are the bro, and bro's him. Yeah, I mean that's one of the benefits of having a home gym is like if you want to split your workout up into like 2 or 3 sessions across the day, you can because you don't have to worry about the logistics of going to the gym. Uh, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying that I probably will be live again sometime today, but it'll probably be in the evening, maybe after everybody goes to bed. So you guys might not be around. Uh, but if you are around, feel free to stop in. Otherwise, um, I'll hang out with you guys again another time. All right, y'all. See you guys.